welcome to the Psychic Side radio podcast here on the A1R Psychic Radio Network, the #1 psychic radio program or network on Earth. We're also on Moonstruck TV, Lightning TV, a bunch of other places. And like the song says, I am everywhere, man, here on the Psychic Side. So I'm your host, John Cappello, and I'm a psychic medium from Texas. I'm also an astrologer. My work spans over a 30-year period, and I've been using my psychic abilities a lot longer than that, though. So I've been working with this for quite a long time. So I want to just start the show off by wishing a belated Happy Mother's Day to the moms out there. I missed that last week. I apologize, and I want to just wish all the moms, I hope they had a happy day. I gave my wife some chocolate covered strawberries, and she was very happy about that. So I'm pleased that she was happy. Also, I want to let you know that this past week, a couple of days ago, I got an email, and it was from the Next Generation Indie Book Awards. And my book, one of my new books, I hope you can see it there, The Angel Kitten That Saved Christmas. It became a finalist. I don't know if you can see that very well. Became a finalist in the religious fiction category, which I wasn't sure. I didn't know I put it in that category, but I did. And so it's a finalist in that category. I was really happy about that. It's the second time I've either won or placed in the Next Generation Indie Book Awards. It's a tough competition. There's thousands of books that get in there, and so they have committees that look these things over. And so it's really an honor to be a finalist. And they give you a gold medal. I don't know if it's gold, but it's they give you a facsimile of a gold medal, and you get a lot of stickers and things like that in recognition as a finalist. If you are a winner, they give you $100, so that's good. But it's quite an honor, and I don't want to diminish it in any way. I won also in 2013 with my book Open the Mind, Exercise the Soul. So I've had a long drought, but I don't write books on a mass basis. I'm trying to figure out how to do that, but I'm really happy that that's happened. The award season for books has just begun, and so keep your fingers crossed that the other books that I've just recently produced will also join The Angel Kitten Who Saved Christmas with a pedigree of awards. So I'm really happy about that. So I want to start out talking a little bit about what happened over the weekend. I went to Midwest City, Oklahoma, and that's where I did my usual spirit gallery, aura photography, and private readings. And I just see so much with my psychic work, and I feel like in some ways the work is kind of a ministry, and I'm delighted to do it. I'm happy to do it and be there for people. But I have to just say that there's just a lot of broken people, a lot of people that are searching for answers in life. A lot of people that things just hit them out of the blue, and it's difficult to cope. And it's not a criticism. It's just an observation. And we want to send some healing to people that need help. And it's not just in one area of the country, because you've heard me speak of this before in other places that I've gone, whether it's in the state of Texas or Oklahoma or Kansas or just other places. And I've been across the United States, and it just seems that there's just this certain difficulties that probably could have been avoided if people had just stopped to think. It's just a pervasive situation that's going on in our society right now. I guess there's just a sense of selfishness and hedonism that exists, and is supported by a lack of discipline, low self-esteem, the media, And many times we don't receive the support from those closest to us, like our parents, our loved ones. And if we don't have coping skills, or we don't have the will to overcome issues, it's very difficult, and especially when you're dealing with things like suicide. The way people take their lives is awful, and sometimes they do it with a little bit of spite. Um, uh, I'm not trying to say anything about any particular reading, but one person hung themselves, and when their wife woke up, she was hanging in front of her, and these are, you see certain things clairvoyantly, and you just say to yourself, "What in the world's going on?" So I want to, just like I say, send healing around people. Many times when you're doing readings, you see shrouds. I just wanted to say this about this, because if you're in the business, you might see a shroud. Some people say, well, I can't read certain people. And it might be because they have this energy field around them, which is protective. But usually it's something involving a trauma, whether it be a violence or sexual misconduct or something like that. And it really gets deep. And that's why, like I say, psychics really, in a way, have a kind of ministry because of their gifts, and because the things that they pick up around people. And I'm sure you heard other people on our network talking about sending healing and sending good thoughts and energy to others, because it's a very important part of our work, and it's something that if you choose to tap into your own psychic abilities, you'll kind of know what I mean, And a lot of people are natural empaths, and they naturally pick up energy from other people, and they also learn how to send in energy to those, and you can send it remotely. And that's why, one reason why I talked last week about the different types of senses that we have. We have those physical, we have the psychic, and then we have the remote psychic senses. And those senses are either masculine or they're feminine. And the masculine is the ones that you send energy, and the feminine ones are where you receive energy. So if you know someone is hurting, someone is in need of some good energy, please go ahead and send them that energy. And if you need energy, then ask the universe to send it to you, because that's what it's all about. So I'm told we have a caller from the UK, and so I'd like to go ahead and take the caller. Who's calling? I didn't see your name. What is Jules? Okay, Jules, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, I want to make sure I can hear you, Jules.
Hello.
Can you hear me, Jules?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Okay, so Jules, I'm picking up that are you sad about a gentleman or a man in your life?
That's right. Yes. Yes.
You are? Okay. Has there been a relationship problem or divorce here?
No. I'd like to move away if possible.
Want to move away from this person?
To a different part of England.
A possibility? Okay.
Yes.
Well, is there something impeding you from moving, or because it feels like you can become unattached and that you can move, but I also feel this attachment that you have. It just is this, I hate to use the word addictive relationship, but it just seems like you just can't get away from him. Does that make sense?
No. I'd like to move to a different part of England, and it's something holding it up.
Something's holding it up?
Yeah.
Okay. Is this a legal matter holding it up, or is there some money that hasn't been given up?
No. I'm waiting on hearing from a family member.
You're supposed to hear from a family member?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it seems to me that that's going to take some time to have done. I don't know why they're holding it up. I'm not sure if they are trying to get some money freed, and that might be the legal matter, or it might be the matter that maybe they have to cash in something. But the bottom line for me is that you are going to move, but you are going to have to wait, okay? Because the time is not right. And so I would have to ask that you try to be patient if you can be, and stay safe, of course. But it does look like the move is going to go through. It's just not going through on the time frame that you would like for it to. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Jules.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm sorry that she's hurting. It just seems to me like this is an example of someone that needs to have some healing energy sent to them. And so if you can keep Jules in your thoughts and in your prayers, please do so, because it seems like it just feels like she was in some sort of abusive relationship. And that's a shame that she's had to go through that. So I'm very sorry about it. But I want to move on a little bit until we get another caller. And by the way, I hope my callers are actually listening to our program and not just calling for a reading. So, I'd like for y'all to listen too. So, I'm an astrologer as well, and I've talked to you a lot about the placement of Pluto and some of the things that have been going on. And when there's something newsworthy that comes up, I'd like to mention it. I'm not trying to be political, so please forgive me if it sounds that way, because I'm really not. I'm just simply stating what's going on astrologically. And right now, with Pluto being in the second house of the United States and being in a very, very auspicious placement, because it's in the same place that it was during the American Revolution, it's interesting to see parallels, because in astrology, when you look at cycles, you look at what was going on during the same period of time when it had a similar aspect. Well, during the American Revolution, the oppressive leader of the United States had some cognitive issues, and they just called him Crazy George, from what I understood. There were tax issues, and the country of England had a great deal of debt. And so they were trying to pay off their wars. And so there was a debt crisis as well. So spring that forward to this time in our nation's history, and you see that we have a leader that has some cognitive issues, and we also have tax issues, and we have debt issues, which are all looming around us. So I wanted to bring that up. And I have more to say, but let's go to our next caller. And I missed her name again. Jennifer in Ohio. Jennifer, are you there? Okay, please speak loud if you don't mind. I appreciate it if you do that. So for some reason my audio didn't work. This hasn't been working quite like I wanted to. So if you could, do you have a question for me today, Jennifer?
I'm just at I'm just having a very hard time in my life right now. I don't know what my future holds.
Okay. Well, Jennifer, what is your birth sign?
Akron, Ohio.
No, your birth sign, your astrological sign.
Oh, I'm sorry. I am Pisces.
Pisces, okay. Well, please take this the right way, but you're right where you're supposed to be, because Saturn has just moved into Pisces. And when Saturn starts to influence your sun sign, and especially your natal sun, everything's on the table, okay? So with you being sensitive, knowing that you need to make some changes in life, it's very positive. because Saturn is letting you know that some things aren't working. Okay. Now, when I say everything's on the table, I mean relationships, I mean your health, I mean your where you live, your career, other relationships, just about everything's on the table, your finances. And so this is a time when you need to make a change, and you need to sit down and decide what it is that you want to do. Now, are you by yourself right now? Are you not married?
Yeah, I'm engaged, but
You're
no, I'm
engaged?
not married.
Okay. Do you feel confident about this marriage?
No,
Okay.
he's not very
Well,
nice to me. No.
okay. Well, that's a red flag. I can't tell you not to marry, but the universe is saying that if you're not happy, then you need to take action. Okay. Because it does, for me, I'm just going to tell you, I don't feel that good about the marriage. I feel like there may be a move. I feel like you are in kind of a change of life. Okay. And so I feel like there may be like um, a metamorphosis, if you wanted to call it that. I feel like in some ways you've been in a cocoon, and that you really need to let yourself blossom. You need to let yourself become butterfly, okay? Because I feel like if you don't do it now, when are you going to do it? And the thing is, if you're not already happy in an engagement, then you may have a miserable marriage. So either you need to get things straightened out in the engagement and make this a happy moment, a moment that's going to be fulfilling to you, a moment where both of you are going to enrich each other's lives, or you're going to have to pause and you're going to have to say,
Right.
is this what I really want in my life? Because I'm just a psychic, but if you want to look at what Saturn conjunct the Sun does, if you want to Google that, and then you want to look at Saturn and Pisces, then you'll get some validation into some of the things that I'm saying. And look at the influence of Saturn. Saturn sweeps clean those things that aren't working. Now, that doesn't mean it is a marriage aspect, but it's also a divorce aspect. It's one of those moments when we have to look at our life and we have to say, okay, I'm going to move forward with this. I'm going to stop that, and then I'm going to do something different with my life. And if you don't, then the universe at some point in time takes over and forces that change. And when it does, it's usually not very pretty. So
Right.
I hope that's helpful to you. Like I say, I'm going to give you a little bit of homework as a Pisces. Okay.
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 I have one more question, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Do you feel my mother around me?
Okay. I feel like you're still grieving over mother, and I feel like was mother like your best friend?
Yeah.
Okay. Mother is around you. Mother is, she was a nurturer, and she was someone who was very honest with you. Okay. And so I feel like you need to sense her presence. And she says, what I hear her saying is, look, you need to think like I would. Okay. Now I don't know what that means, but she may have had a unique way of thinking. And so you need to think in terms of what would your mother do? I feel like your mother was a strong person. Your mother, like I said, might have been a little bit blunt and in the things that she said, but I also think that she was a caring individual and never would mean to intentionally hurt your feelings. She was there for you. She was on your team, if you want to call it that. But she is around you, and I feel like in some ways you feel alone right now. And that's not good, especially when you're getting ready to get married and be with someone who is your new best friend. The person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, and I wish you the very best.
Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, bye-bye. Oh, please listen to the rest of the show. Okay.
I will.
Okay,
I will. Thank you.
All right. So I got to get that in, folks. You got to listen. So I appreciate all of you who do listen and that do tune into the program and listen to the things that I have to say. So I want to also just mention to you, I've been doing a lot more Facebook ads and I might be showing up on your screen somewhere. And I'm also getting the usual criticism that psychics get. And here recently, one person brought up the American, I think it's the American Skeptic Society, and brought up this gentleman by the name of the Amazing Randy. You might have heard about him. If you haven't, he was the co-founder of the Skeptic Society, and it was his mission I have to say also, he passed away in October of 2020, and so he's not here to defend himself. So I want to be kind, but he was on a mission to disprove all psychic and paranormal activity, and that's what recently people have, or this one person had brought up, and I thought it was good that he did that because I feel like I should address it, and I should let you know that I think the Skeptic Society is a good thing. But I also think that in this particular case, when it came to psychics and it came to paranormal, it went a little too far. Okay, to say that it doesn't exist at all and to kind of be dismissive of it is not right. I just don't think that's correct. And I think you have to be careful when you take the word of someone who is in the position of someone like an Amazing Randy, because he was a magician, he was an illusionist. It was his job to fool people. It was his job to kind of create an illusion, something that looked one way but was another. And also many people don't know that he was a bona fide atheist, and because he was an atheist, he didn't believe in God. He didn't believe in anything beyond the physical. And it's like I say, he's not here to defend himself. And if I'm wrong, then please let me know. But my research on this gentleman was that he was those things. He was a magician and an atheist. And I'm not. I'm not a magician. I'm not trying to create an illusion. I'm not someone who just does not believe in God. I think it's a little arrogant if you don't believe in God myself. But I do think that the Skeptic Society is important, because it is important to ferret out people that are not authentic, that are not real, and who might be in some ways wanting to harm others or take advantage of other people. Now, I'm not saying that illusionists do that, but they do that in an entertainment business or an entertainment venue. But it's all about intent. So if a psychic or illusionist or someone uses their abilities or their talents or their skills in a way which are going to be detrimental to a client or to someone else, that's not good. That's not right. And I'm not saying he did. I don't think he did. I think he had only good in mind. And I think he thought he was doing a service to those who wanted to believe what he believes. But I just feel like he went too far. So I didn't respond to the gentleman that was so hateful to me on Facebook. But I do want to make that statement, because I don't see much pushback against the Skeptic Society. And I think that there should be. I think that there needs to be somebody to say something. So now we don't have much time left on the program, but I do want to tell you that I'm going to shift the focus of our program from not just psychic ability, but I'm going to move to mediumship. Now, the reason why I have focused so much on psychic ability is because I believe the psychic ability gives you tools to use when you're a medium. And now there are different types of mediums. We'll talk about that too. But you need tools. You don't go and try to build a house without a hammer and nails. So you need those tools to work on being a medium. So I'm going to shift the attention just a little bit. And I hope that if you're interested in mediumship, learn my take on it. It's probably a little different than other people's, but I think you might get something out of it. Now, before we sign off, I want to thank our sponsor, Miracles of Joy. Once again, use that promo code PS0223 and you'll get a 25% discount. So thank you very much for sponsoring our program today. Be sure to buy my books. Now, they're award-winning books. They're not bad. So you can enjoy them. And I've got 4 children's books. It's called the Angel Pop series on Facebook. If you want to like my page there, all of the children's books are on Audible and they are on Amazon. So my other metaphysical books are also on Amazon and Balboa Books. So I hope to have some more out soon. So thank you very much once again for joining me here on the Psychic Side and on the A1R Psychic Radio Network. We appreciate you being here, and we hope you enjoy the program because I don't get much feedback from the listeners, but if you want to send me some feedback or you have an idea for a show, please let me know because I'll be happy to entertain it. So once again, thanks a lot. I appreciate you being here today, and I'll see you next week here on the Psychic Side. Bye-bye.